Have you found your unique personality? There is a specific reason why I ask this question. Yes, your personality also involves skills, but what I mean is that it is my belief that every human being has a unique personality because we all have a different way of handling certain situations. We have a different way we speak, we have a different way we dress, we have a different way we interact with other people, and we all have different opinions about different things. What I see happening a lot in society these days is that a lot of people copy behavior, how to dress, what to think, how to act, where to go. And it even goes as far as being with people because it is beneficial for gaining more money or gaining different opportunities. I am not saying you are copying somebody else per se, but if you don't evaluate what you like, how you like to dress, what your opinions are about certain situations, which people inspire you, this could leave you trapped with a feeling like, who am I? And where do I belong? It's not nice to feel that way, right? Not to worry though. What you can do is start asking yourself a simple question. Like, for example, what is my favorite color? And why? If you are not certain which topics you like, for instance, or what inspires you, like go online, see which topics you like, and once you do, like read about those things or read about different things on the news. Try to watch videos about people conversing about certain topics. My hope is that once you start doing these things, you'll start to get better at forming a opinion. And what you do when you do these things is you start to craft a unique personality. Here's a little something to trigger your brain. What do you think about the video up until now? Regardless of what your answer is, now you formed an opinion because you think something of the video right now, right? So even that, with these small things, is an opinion. And it's very important to have an opinion because the more vocal you are about it, the more unique your personality becomes, and it becomes clear to the world who you are and what you stand for. Notice that I said the better you express your opinion, the better of a personality you craft. And this is not just with an opinion of a subject. You also show the world what you think by how you dress and how you act. And then it becomes very clear for people like who you are and what you stand for over time. Now look, crafting a personality, yeah, that takes time. Especially when you take a little leap of faith and like rediscover yourself from the ground up. You might ask yourself, hey Jordi, Did you actually do one of these two things? Yeah. Actually, I am on a journey right now to completely rediscover myself. Why? I feel like most of my life I have lived a life that my family wanted me to live, and my friends told me what was right, and I let myself be led by their opinions and what they thought was right, and what they thought I should do, what my goals should be. 4 years ago, I decided I was done with that and I wanted to be my own person, my unique personality. And so I had to rediscover myself from the ground up. And what's most important is that I was like, if I want to have a future and a life that I am happy with, I have to take action right now. And that is why I decided to rediscover myself from the ground up. Now that we know what our strengths are, now that we have our goals set for ourselves, and that we should craft the best unique personality as possible, we also have to talk about what happens after that. On your journey, you will find people that are supportive, try to help, and encourage you to try new things. But there are also people that will make you second guess and drain your energy and tell you that the path you're crafting for yourself isn't the right one. The key is to keep this positive group as close as possible. How? Tell them about your journey. Tell where you want to go to, how far along you are, like what you discovered on your journey, and also discuss the things that went wrong or that you thought could have gone better, and also ask help where possible, because these positive people are very likely to help you because maybe you even inspired them by having them along your journey. And another very important thing is that also ask them how they are doing on their journey. Like ask them what goes well for them, what their struggles are, and try to offer them help as well. That way, your bond with this positive group grows stronger and stronger, and you probably, hopefully, also start to feel more confident about yourself. The less supportive group, so the people that tell you that the path you craft isn't the right one, that is important too. Why? These people keep you sharp, really make you evaluate if the course you are going for is still the right one, and as well as if you took your foot off the gas a little bit, hopefully that also inspires you to put your foot back on the gas and start moving a little quicker towards your goals. And I don't mean rush, I just mean, it happens from time to time that you start to be a little slower. Not necessarily that that's a bad thing, but then when these people come in your life or like tell you that they would like to see adjustments because they feel like a different route is better, hopefully that inspires you to go and work even harder, because the more you believe in you, the more they will be like, oh, whoa, he really knows what he's doing. Filter through their words, so even if it comes across slightly negative, like filter through their words and try to get to the core of what they actually mean. And if that's not clear yet, try to ask questions and then get to the bottom of what they mean. I know this might sound counterintuitive because it's usually a little draining to talk to people that don't really support your vision. But still, it's very important because maybe these people give you different insights that you didn't know before. I think we have all been there before that this less supportive group, you kind of get into repetitive conversations with some of these people. It's perfectly okay to be done with that, but you have to try to stay respectful. So if it gets repetitive and you think you have heard all and you have learned everything that you can about the opinion of somebody else, then it's perfectly okay to say, okay, I've heard your words, we don't agree, thanks for the insights, and move on. If these people keep coming back, which also happens, kind of ignore it and don't waste your energy on it. Because you don't know if they notice, but um, they mean well, but maybe they don't realize that they actually drain your battery with this. Then you can say, like, I don't want to talk about this with you because we didn't agree and I don't think we are going to get anywhere. What you can also do is, and that's more assertive, so that's a bit of a harder skill, but trust me, it can definitely work. So say you get into, that person comes up to you and that person starts talking about what you have previously discussed and you didn't agree and you don't want to talk about it. Start a conversation about something completely different. But what you then do is you start to ask questions. For example, that person wants to talk about a topic that you don't want to talk about, and then you say, no, I don't want to talk about that. But something simple like, are you going on vacation or something? And then maybe they're shocked at first, and then they probably answer something, and then you ask that person another question. So like, where are you going to go? And then you are talking to that person and you're including that person in the conversation. But that way, that person knows that you don't want to talk about it, and you did it in a way that is not disrespectful because you show that you still want to talk to that person, just not about that um, certain topic. Don't get me wrong, you don't always have to do it. If you just don't want to talk to that person at all, you can say that too. But if it's family or something, or somebody that is close to you that, as I said, maybe you still need that person in your life, then this might be a valuable tactic to try. There is something very important that I have to point out though. You can't always just say, like, oh yeah, well, I do whatever I want, thank you, bye. You cannot do that, you know, because feedback from both groups is important. So now I've talked about what the less supportive group does, but it's also important to allow feedback from the more supportive group. So when you are planning to do something or you plan to do your next move towards your goal, like tell them about it and like ask them what do you think I should do, or like ask what do you think possibilities are to tackle this next step on my course. The reason why it's important is that the more supportive group can actually point out weak spots in the structure that you're working with, and they can even help you then, because if you include them in your journey, they know what you're going through, then they might say, but I can help you with that, or I know a person that can get you closer to your goal. That is why it's also very important to keep these people in the loop. And as well, it can also happen even the supportive group says something that you don't agree with. That can happen. And also here, it's very important that you get to the bottom of what they mean, and then ask yourself, okay, can I do something with this information, or do I think it's irrelevant? Thank them for that information and that insight, and you know tell them that you appreciate it. And like these kind of things don't only happen when we talk about your goals. This could also be in a simple conversation about a certain topic that you are interested in, or something that you want to keep track of because you want to know how things develop. Now, for me, it's easier to talk with the supportive group because these people know how you think, they know how you look at life, and chances are they also know a little bit how you think. So it's easier to start a conversation with these people. With the less supportive group, it can be a bit harder. But different insights on a certain topic can also be super useful, and different viewpoints are also very useful. So, even if that's harder, it's very important to realize that the supportive group and the less supportive group are equally as important. And maybe, well, now that I think about it, maybe it's more like I would say for like 60% of the positive group, you focus on that for 60% or a different percentage. But I would always say try to focus more on the positive, but also keep the less supportive group there. Because, as I said, for numerous of reasons, they are important too. Now, there's something else we need to talk about as well. It can happen that now that we are crafting our unique personality and we start to feel more confident about ourselves, it can be that a supportive person leaves our lives. And this could be because you had an argument, you no longer have enough interests that align, or you both started heavily chasing your own goals, and due to that reason, you don't see each other anymore. Now, it's very important that you realize that that can happen, because when you start to be very vocal about all the things that I mentioned, it can be that somebody leaves your circle, and it can also be because of different reasons. You can't keep everybody that you have in your life. You can't keep them all around forever. So just keep that in mind, and that is something that you really have to realize. The hard part of crafting a unique personality and feeling better about yourself, and loving and appreciating yourself, is that not everybody can deal with that, because now that you are better with words, you know better how to express yourself, what your goals are, what your strengths are, what you need to work on. Not everybody knows how to deal with that. And you have to be ready that for some people it takes a long time to adjust to that. And some people don't adjust, and they keep expecting you to behave the same like you did before. But yeah, that is something that you have to be prepared for. And one thing that you always have to remember, if people cannot handle that, it is not your problem. It is their problem that they cannot adjust to you. Don't confuse this with I can do whatever I want. But as long as you stay respectful, honest to people, and you explain your thoughts with words, and you keep saying it in the sense that what you think, and you don't attack the other person, then there is nothing they can say. So if they cannot adapt to this new you, that's their problem, not yours. The good thing about crafting your unique personality and loving and appreciating yourself more is that hopefully you'll find like-minded people, because now that you are very vocal about everything that's around you, so what you think, how you dress, how you want to interact with others, hopefully now people start to be like, oh man, I like that person, because I like the interest that he has, or whoa, he's very passionate about this and this subject. And yeah, that's really inspiring, and I hope you also get to experience the same things. Did you also ever think about the possibility that now that you get better at appreciating and loving yourself, and crafting your unique personality, you can also inspire others with that? That is awesome, isn't it? The most beneficial thing of all is that all these things combined that I mentioned earlier in the video create a new you. And what we did by applying these tips and techniques is that we created perspective. And hopefully now you have an idea who you want to be and where you want to go. Now I would like to hear you. So if you have more tips and tricks on how to better appreciate and love yourself, feel free to leave a comment down below, because I would love to hear what you do. Also, don't be shy. If you want to share your story, go ahead. I read all the comments, so I would love to hear from you. I want to thank you for watching, and I catch you next time. Take care.